Anyhow, we are back here on the party at CHMR.
Yes, we are.
I'm your host, Warren Gordon.
And I'm Chelsea Scants.
And we're sitting here with Baytown. How's
Yes,
it going,
we are.
guys?
Hey, how's it going?
Deadly.
So do you guys just want to kind of introduce yourself and talk about what you do in the band?
Sure. My name is Mike Din. I play the drums with Baytown.
And I'm Greg Bruce, and I play sax through a bunch of pedals, and I do a bit of singing.
Cool. So for somebody that might have never heard about your band, how would you describe it?
Well,
Groovin', island, pop.
yeah, that's about the gist
I like
of it.
it.
Yeah, that's what our card says anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, if that doesn't do it, I guess the roots of the band are in funk, mainly funk rock and ska.
Yeah, bit of blues thrown in there too, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how did the band kind of come together?
Well, the bass player James Wright and the lead singer and guitar player Matt Cook are friends of mine. We're all from Conception Bay South. I grew up skateboarding with those guys, and I played with Jimmy since I was about 14. He had a bass and I had drums, and we used to jam here and there and everywhere. And we also had a band years ago called Spicy Mild. And that kind of went to the wayside. And Cook approached me actually one day and asked if I wanted to start something up. And I kind of asked Jimmy if he was interested in playing bass, and that kind of happened. And then, as you know, we probably played just a three-piece for a few years, and then we released an album, Two Places, there in 2011. And we had Greg come in and do some sax tracks, and it just, didn't sound the same without him after that. And so we locked him up and kept him in the basement and made him play with us forever.
Yeah. It's been a good relationship.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I gotta say it's really brought our music to another level. Adding Greg in the band. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a master musician from this glorious university, and he just adds an element that we never really had before. So.
Yeah, the timing for me in joining the band was really good. I had just moved back from Toronto, and I was starting my master's here at the music program in performance. And the guys asked me, like Mike said, to play on a couple of tracks, and then they started asking me to play the odd show. And then eventually, when they asked me to go on tour with them in spring of a year ago now.
Yeah, about a year ago now.
And that's kind of when it was really official. And I really like playing with the boys. And it's a chance for me. It's been some time since I've played in a rock band, so it's really great. It's something a bit different for me, and then I think I'm something a bit different for a lot of the audience as well. So
Absolutely,
it's a good.
We played in Marystown. They couldn't even believe that there was a saxophone in Marystown.
Yeah, that was a pretty
Odd
fun
occurrence.
night. Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully not the last time.
Not the last time,
No.
no. We'll be back, Marystown.
Yeah.
Cool. So do we want to hear a track off of Two Places?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. So this is track number 4 off the album, which is called Bill McCoy.
Let's hear it.
And we're back here on the party.
We are back here with Baytown,
Yeah, so you just heard the song Bill McCoy by
the Baytown.
Baytown.
And what can you guys tell us about Bill McCoy?
Matt Cook is mainly our lyricist, I suppose, and he wrote the song based on Bill McCoy, a rum runner of the Prohibition era. He used to take alcohol from St. Pierre and bring it down to the States where alcohol was prohibited, and he was really involved with Al Capone and those gangsters of the Prohibition era, and that was a song basically about that.
Cool.
And that's one of the songs I think that I when coming into the band that I really liked because it tells a story.
It does, yeah.
And that's Matt is really good writing those songs, and I think it's for me it's something really interesting. Kind of have a kind of a narrative or a story behind it.
Absolutely, keeps you focused on the lyrics. They mean something. They paint a picture for you, if it were, with a background kind of set by the instruments.
Hopefully we'll be going to St. Pierre this summer for a show.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not sure when.
It's in the works, but I've been there before, and it's a lovely place, and they'll probably really enjoy that tune. Like we were saying, we've got to get Matt to write the lyrics in French.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys were also talking that you're planning on recording an album over the summer. You guys have a pretty big summer coming up, so that's cool.
Yeah, well, we're not. We're only playing. We're keeping our performing kind of to a minimum. Where we have this St. Pierre show, but we also our kind of one big gig is June 14th. June 14th. It's at Club One, so it's. And it's with Ghetto Socks, a Halifax rapper and local rap rock band.
I guess
hearsay.
they're like a hip hop rock kind of thing.
So it should be for us. It's we're trying to put off a bigger show. We feel like in some places we've kind of like maybe maxed out our audience, and so we're looking to expand. But anyways, the reason we're doing that, we're keeping it to the minimum, is because we've got a bunch of new tunes, and we've been playing the ones off this album for some time, and we're going to be recording.
Yes.
And we've got some support from Music NL.
Big shout out to Music NL.
Yeah,
they've really helped us out a lot throughout our musical career. I gotta say, they're huge for musicians.
Yeah, so important. So. With the help of them and the City of St. John's.
City of St. John's as well, yeah.
And we're still waiting to hear back from the Newfoundland Labrador Arts Council. But they've helped us lots in the past.
They have. Well, they funded our video that was released for a song that's also on the album called Ignore. And we also have a new video that's coming out, but I guess we can talk about a little bit later that they've helped us with.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, we're going to be recording an album, and we've kind of got we've got some new pictures and kind of a new branding thing going on with the website. We're trying to get our social media on the go.
www.baytownrock.com for all you listeners.
Cool.
Or you can look us up, Baytown Rock, on Facebook and Twitter.
And
you can follow all of our comings and goings and the shenanigans we get up to from time to time. So yeah, we're just really looking forward to getting into the studio and for me being a full-time member of the band.
It's going to be more of a collective effort this time with Greg involved rather than kind of as a hired gun. As he was in the last album. So I think his input on the recording and the engineering side of it, well, I guess the more so the production of it, it'd be nice to have a different set of ears on this one, especially someone with as much experience as what Greg has. It's just going to be beneficial on all fronts, really.
Yeah, and for me, what's really exciting is that we've kind of developed this new sound. Like I've as a session musician with the band, and then playing with the band kind of pretty regularly for the past year. I think our sound has changed, and we've kind of got a whole like new energy.
We've matured.
Sure.
That's what I like to think.
You guys have.
Yeah. Well,
I've immatured.
Yes, you've immatured. Yes,
we've found a medium.
Yes, indeed. we brought you down.
Yes,
you brought us up a little. Yeah.
So I think that's really exciting for us to get that new sound and that energy like on an album, and something that we're going to tour with, and something we really want to kind of expand our audience and expand what we're doing. We're
trying to really branch out now over across Canada. We've done a couple of tours in the Toronto area. We've played in Toronto, we've played in Montreal, we've played in Ottawa, Hamilton, Peterborough, Halifax. We were just up for the East Coast Music Awards in Halifax. that was great. Big shout out to ECMAs. Yeah, so I mean, we're just trying to branch out of Newfoundland, even though we're still it's a large part of where we've started, obviously. So
and who we are.
So I mean, we'll never stop playing in Newfoundland, but we just want to expand the population of listeners to Baytown, and the next step, I guess, would be probably to get overseas, and we're not talking about Bell Island.
Or St. Pierre.
Or St. Pierre. Or St. Pierre. Yeah.
Funny.
Or the mainland.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. So, shall we hear another track off of Two Places?
Yeah, this is Jim Jones. Okay, we're back here on the party on CHMR with Baytown. We just heard some Jim Jones. What can you tell us about that?
Well, it's another story song about an alcoholic. Common theme in our music, I guess. Alcohol. I suppose you write what you know. No, just kidding. We don't drink a drop.
No boy.
No, I said, as my mom always said, or not my mom, my mom's brother always said, I don't drink nothing stronger than pop, but pop drank everything. Yeah. But no, that's just another example of the how we incorporate kind of storytelling with our music in certain songs. Some don't really tell a story at all, but that's one that's probably one of our favorite ones to play. And that's one I'm proud of, and I think that's really where the saxophone shines. Is in that tune in particular.
So brassy and bright.
Indeed, sir.
Yeah, so that's we played that show at the Music and L Awards in the fall. So
yes.
that was fun to kind of polish up that song and get it ready. And
absolutely.
And if I guess one of the, if you hear on that song, my saxophone has kind of like an effect going through it, and coming in with the band. There was sometimes a guitar player, so sometimes it was a 5-piece, and my role was more of kind of a traditional horn role. But since playing as a 4-piece, I was kind of taking the role as almost like the lead guitarist.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I'd do all the fills and kind of communicate with the voice, go back and forth with Matt, and so I started. I had been building like a pedal rig using guitar pedals, so that's now, I think, like a strong feature of our sound and our shows, and
a sound man's nightmare.
Yes, yeah. There's always, because like a guitar doesn't have like a mic, it's just you plug right in to your pedals, but the saxophone, it's a mic, so it's like if you don't have a sound guy who's top notch, there's always tons of feedback, and it's, but we learn about that, and
absolutely.
I learn, it's just you gotta be ready for it, and so that's something that I think I really like, and I'm always trying to experimenting with new sounds to see like, well, how can I get that kind of lead guitar kind of feel, or how do I mimic those sounds that I hear in rock bands. So that's a lot of fun.
It is, and it's unique. It brings a unique sound, and it really offers something more than just a traditional saxophone, which I think also adds to the unique sound that we are coming out with now, I guess.
There's going to be a lot more of that.
On our next album. I mean, it's going to be pretty sax heavy compared to what this
very
is.
Very
saxy. Yeah, unprotected sax.
Yeah.
It's going to be great, and we've got Greg featured as well on a new video that we're releasing within the next month. I guess we'll talk a little bit about that. So that's a song. We did a video for another song on the album called "Waited On." We worked with Dodd Productions.
Dodd Motors.
Yes.
Dodd Motors Productions.
Dodd Motors Productions.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry.
Matt Power, former East Rock Crew
breakdancer.
homie. Yeah. I'm a breakdancer as well, so So yeah, me and Matt go many years back. If any MUN listeners out there, if you've seen break dancers at your orientation this year or any year ago, I used to be heavily involved in those things. So yeah, Matt Power and Dodd Motors, he I guess produced the video and
yeah. And he had he was basically the brainchild of the last video, which I kept saying ignore. Actually, it's "Death of Us" was the video that we released before.
It was on country music television.
It was on country music television,
like national.
Yeah, strange as it was for
heck?
Country music. It's definitely not country.
It's that
music.
lap steel that's in. It's that twang.
Yeah,
that
it is.
Cook's
Yeah,
got his guitar.
yeah. So, but anyway, he did a fantastic job with that. So we've got him on this new one. We filmed it down at the Kitty Vitty Brewery, and also in Toronto.
Where we don't know.
Where we weren't there.
Yeah.
'Cause, Matt Cook actually lives in Toronto currently. He's coming back for the summer. That's why we have such a big summer plan.
He's kind of a big deal.
He's a real lady killer. That one.
I don't know what that has to do with living in Toronto.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Oh, it's the song.
I guess
he kills ladies in the song.
Yeah, well, I
Kind
guess
of.
he doesn't really kill them, but
He makes them wait.
He makes them wait.
Hence the title, Waited On.
Waited On.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and there are a lot of there are like 1,000 wine glasses in the
Yeah,
video.
kind of artsy.
If you want to see a video with lots of wine glasses.
Yeah.
Speaking of a common theme of booze.
Yeah, there you go. We just can't get away from it.
I think they actually had a glass of wine in every glass and drank it before they shot the video.
Yes. So, no, they didn't really do that.
No.
It also features...
There's only 500 glasses.
It also features vocalist and music school MUN graduate Jessie Power. She's focused. She's featured on this tune. She does a fantastic job. She's also in the video. Her parts were shot in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't. We basically just did the band scenes at Kitty Vitty.
Yeah, and it's beautiful scenery. Yeah,
really nice. So well done. We'd like to give a shout out to my buddy Luke Boudreau. Gave us a hand.
Oh man, Luke, he was awesome.
He was, yeah. Scott is what's his last name?
I don't know, man.
I'm not sure either.
And there was Jane who was working the bar and gave us free beer. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. She made us pay for beer.
Yes.
While we were shooting, it was pretty fun.
Scott McClellan, that's who it is. He worked with Matt on the video as well. Becky Peckham was there, and
she did our shots. If you go to our website baytownrock.com, you can see us looking very, very dapper at the Kitty Vitty Brewery.
Yes.
Yeah, they're good. Surprisingly, we clean up nice.
Yeah.
But don't let it fool you too much.
No. So yeah, I mean that's the video that's coming out for that song, and yeah, we just like to thank all those people that helped out, and stay waiting for that. And you can, like I said, follow us on Twitter, Baytown Rock. And
we're probably gonna do I don't know. We'll probably do like a release for the video.
We're thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not sure.
We're not sure.
And I guess we're gonna play the song soon. But if you can imagine it, the song was recorded without sound saxophone, so very inferior to the new version. But if you can picture like maybe a kind of a 50s or 60s doo-wop saxophone kind of laying down the low end in the background, that's kind of what's going on in the new version.
Yeah.
And along with the video, kind of got a vintage kind of retro style going on there.
That's right.
I think it's great.
And the video will be put up on our website, www.baytownrock.com. And you can also check us out on Facebook to find out when it's going to be released.
Yes.
And to follow us to see any more shows or anything like that we might have coming up.
Yeah.
Tours, anything like that. Just general information, or if you just want to look at our beautiful faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all right.
They're all right.
Back here in the second hour of the party on CHMR.
Yes, we are.
Back here with Baytown one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Just heard their song Waited On. There's a new music video coming out very soon.
Yes, very soon.
Yeah.
We've seen the video. It's just in, I guess, post-production. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, post-production.
That sounds like you'd be doing stuff after it's done, but it's not done.
Well, okay. Well, it's not
pre-post production.
Pre-post. Pre-post.
production.
Fair enough.
It's going to be out soon.
Yeah.
It's good.
Looking good, though. It's looking good.
Yeah. So thanks for having us on, guys. It's been a slice.
Yes. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
No problem. Anytime.
I hope
Anytime.
everyone enjoyed the tunes.
Yeah.
And
Thanks for
there's-
tuning in.
There's lots more coming, and if you, I'm sure we'll be doing maybe an early release of a track or two.
Absolutely.
If you, and if you liked what you heard and you want to hear more, again, follow us on Twitter. Go to our Facebook, and you'll hear when we're coming out with our album. We're probably doing a release maybe in December.
I'd say that's a good estimated
and
time.
we'll be touring probably the island maybe, and maybe even heading to Nova Scotia, New Brunswick.
Yes.
Maybe sometime in the fall.
Yes. Okay.
So and
Look out,
then-
Corner Brook.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
and-
We just came back from Corner Brook. Actually, that's something that we
We
forgot
love-
to mention. We opened up for the
Corner Brook was
Trues
great.
in
Oh,
Corner Brook.
cool.
yeah.
And we
Great.
played at a bar there called Whalen's Gate, and what a great time we had. The guys went skiing and stuff while we were there. I was in no shape to do anything after the show.
I went to Brood Awakening instead of going skiing.
Yeah.
The place is awesome. Big shout out to the vegan oat cake I had at Brood Awakening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was that must have been delicious.
It was.
Nice. I got stuck in an elevator. This is a funny story.
Oh yeah, we should tell this.
This
There's
is a funny
so
story.
so there's always something always goes wrong, hilariously wrong, and
Always.
whenever we're on tour or just in general,
In general.
because we get into shenanigans.
Yeah,
we're
shenanigans.
up to no good.
So anyway, our bass player Jimmy.
Oh, wait, can I tell a story?
Yeah,
because
you-
I have
yeah.
an interesting perspective.
Yeah,
on this.
okay, yeah, 'cause okay.
This is the close, and anyone, if you ever come out to a show, and we always like to talk to people after our shows and hang out. So anyways, please come up to us and say, even if you heard us on the radio, it'd be good, come out to a show and say, hey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heard you
we
on
love,
the radio.
We love to see you. We love the response and
Yeah.
the feedback.
So anyway, so this is the kind of stuff that happens to us late night after a show. So we're in Corner Brook. We opened up for the Trues, and then we closed Whalen's Gate that night. So we're probably playing till...
Probably 2 or 3. The Trues actually got on stage with us and jammed a couple of Stone songs.
cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
That
wow.
was pretty fun.
that was
too.
awesome.
That's another story for another day.
So we all left the bar at different times, and I was the last to leave the bar, and I decided to walk back to the hotel. So I guess that gave enough time for everyone to get in trouble. So I come into the hotel lobby, and I see Cook and Jim, our singer and bass player, and they're looking very dejected. And I don't know what's going on. And as I get closer, I see Cook has his grease all over him.
He still talks about that.
Oh
too.
man,
He's-
his pants have never recovered.
Yeah, he's bummed about
He's
those
bummed. He
pants.
had just new pants. He bought them for the weekend, and he's got grease all over him. I'm like, man, what happened? Did you get in a fight? Did you get hit by a car? Like they look really worried. And Jim, he's beside himself. He can't even begin to talk about it. And Cook's shaking his head, kind of like he does a big sigh. He does one of these, and he's like, Jimmy somehow managed to drop his keys in the elevator, down in the elevator,
and the crack between the elevator and the floor.
and now the elevator's broke. And then the woman behind the front desk was like, and don't try to use the elevator because someone's stuck in it. And so the boys were covered in grease because they went down to the utility room below the elevator to try to find the keys. So he just got covered in dirt and grease and everything. And so anyways, Jimmy was being agony, as we like to say. And so Cook had enough of him, so I hung around the lobby with Jimmy as he tried to piece back together the exact trajectory of the keys as he had dropped them. And we had gone up there to ski, and it was the keys to the car, and all the skiing gear was in the car, so we couldn't, maybe we couldn't ski, maybe we had to wait till Monday to get a new key made, blah blah blah. It was he thought it was very serious. I thought it was very funny because I'm an optimist, so I figured we'd be able to solve it in the morning. But anyway, so couldn't get the keys out. Me and Jim, I go up to the room, and eventually Mike shows up. We hadn't seen him. He wasn't immediately around.
This is 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to get pizza, and I came back, and anyway.
And so Mike shows up, and we're all hanging out. He's eating his pizza, and we're just chilling, and I we're talking. We're like, oh, it's Jim. He's still being in agony, and he's looking for the keys, and he's bothering everyone. And he's just like, isn't that? I still find it funny, and then we're talking. Mike's there, right? And we say, oh well, someone got stuck in the elevator. And he goes, yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
So in the time that I walked back to the hotel, I walked in. Cook and Jim had I guess gone in the elevator, lost the keys, got out of the elevator, and at this point it was still working. Then Mike got in the elevator, and then when he tried to move in it, the keys broke it, and it got stuck. And so we didn't even know he was in there.
It was awful.
Yeah.
I was terrified.
It was hilarious.
I sat down and ate my pizza and drank my bottle of water. I had planned on going to bed. Then I got stuck in the elevator.
Yeah.
My friend was in the bedroom, was in the hotel room across, and Cook. He heard three people. He heard Cook coming in and saying, "Oh man, Jimmy just lost his keys in the elevator. Jimmy just lost his keys. You dropped them down the elevator." Then you heard Jimmy come in and said, "I lost my keys. I can't get them, and now the elevator's broke. The elevator's broke." And then Craig comes by and says, "I think there's somebody stuck in the elevator. There's somebody stuck in the elevator." And then he hears me come out, "Boys, I was just stuck in the elevator for like 20 minutes." Baytown here.
Baytown, yeah.
And that's Baytown does Corner Brook.
Yeah,
So
that's how we roll.
yeah, and
breaking elevators since
yeah.
2013.
Yeah, and everybody was pretty mad at us. And then they had a
Everyone
sign.
had to take the stairs. The whole,
Yeah.
the whole.
They
Like,
had a sign put on the elevator broken due to unforeseen circumstances. So for the rest of the weekend, we were calling Jimmy Unforeseen Circumstances.
yeah.
But anyway, on that note, thanks guys for having us, and just for all you listeners, check out Baytown anytime you get a chance, and we'd love to hear from you. And
Yeah.
I guess that's about it.
That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So once again, that show was June
14th at Club
Club
1
One, yep.
with Ghetto Socks and Hearsay. It's going to be a great show.
Cool.
Yeah.
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 And more info, go to Baytown Rock.
BaytownRock.com.
Or look us up on Facebook.
Facebook
probably. Yeah,
or
yeah.
Twitter. Baytown Rock,
Baytown Rock.
on Facebook or Twitter.
Yeah, you'll get it all there.
We'll post a link up on our Facebook page.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.